In this video, we will walk through a basic installation of MAXPRO VMS R600 in Windows Server 2016. We recommend that you refer to the MAXPRO VMS installation and configuration guide for a full list of supported operating systems for the version of VMS you're installing. First, we recommend that you prepare your server by setting the server's machine name up front if possible. This name gets added to MAXPRO VMS in several places and will make connecting to the server easier once it's ready for your production environment. Right-click on the Start menu and then click System. In the Computer Name section, click Change Settings to the right, then click the Change button in the Properties window. A dialog box will populate asking you to input a new name. Remember, this name must be no more than 15 characters. Once you've selected a new valid machine name, click OK and you'll be prompted to restart the computer. Close all windows and click Restart Now. After your system reboots, enable .NET Framework 3.5, which is not installed by default. In any version of Windows, you can get to Windows features by clicking on the Start menu and typing Turn Windows Features On or Off. In a Windows Server environment, you can also get to this menu via the Server Manager console. If using an OS with Server Manager like we are here, click on Add Roles and Features. When the wizard appears, click Next until you get to the Features section. Then select .NET Framework 3.5 and all of its subcomponents. Then click Next through the Installation section. At the end of the Add Roles and Features wizard, click the Install button to install .NET Framework 3.5. Once the install completes, close the wizard as well as Server Manager to return to the desktop. Now let's prepare our files for installation. Start by creating a folder on the desktop. Next, right-click on the MAXPRO VMS installation file and click Properties. If you see a message that Windows may be blocking the files, be sure to click Unblock. Not doing so can cause the installation to become corrupted and the server software may not work correctly. If you don't see this message, continue on to the next step. Now, open the VMS installation ISO or zip file and extract the files inside this folder to the folder you created on the desktop. Once this is complete, find the setup.exe executable, right-click on it, and run it as administrator. A message will display asking if you want to validate the installation files before proceeding. We recommend you say yes, as it only takes a few extra minutes and ensures all the files needed for the installation are present. Once this completes, a message will appear asking you to disable automatic updates to proceed with the installation. Click Yes. A message will then appear asking you to temporarily disable user account control so that the installation can proceed. Click Yes. The installation wizard will appear once the system is prepared. Click Next. Agree to the terms and conditions, then click Next. Fill out the Registered To and Company Name fields on the Customer Information page, then click Next. Select the folder where the wizard will install MAXPRO VMS. We recommend keeping this at default and click Next. On the Installation Type page, you can select from Custom, which will allow you to select from individual components, or Complete Install. For our demonstration, we will select Complete Install and click Next. The next page will validate your user credentials. Confirm your domain or host name, input a valid administrator account, and its password. This will be used to run the VMS services in the background, as well as be added to the database as a valid administrator account. If you wish to allow the installer to automatically log back into Windows after each of its reboot cycles, keep the Auto Login box checked. Agree to allow the installer to store the password in registry to accomplish this, then click Next. If you have a remote SQL instance, input that information on this page, otherwise keep it default and click Next. If an instance is not found, it will ask if you would like to create one and install SQL. Click Yes. Keep the default location for the database and click Next. Choose your language and click Next. Then review the installation summary and click Next. A message will appear saying that it needs to install prerequisites to continue. Say yes, and the installation will begin. After rebooting and finishing up, you should see a prompt that tells you the installation is complete. Click Finish to run the last few scripts to enable the software and finish the installation. You will then be prompted to reboot the system one more time. Click OK to do so. Once the installation is complete, it's a good idea to open the MAXPRO VMS software to confirm you can log in. It's also a good idea to check your version info in the About section of VMS and ensure that your client and your server information are the same and correct. Explore our trainings and discover your potential. Go to HoneywellDiscoverTraining.com.